5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's what I meant.
That's what I
Welcome to
figured.
the Strange Planet Podcast.
Crazy.
Rock and roll pumpkin.
I suppose that means we are good to go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Strange Planet Podcast, the strangest of all the podcasts on the strangest of all the planets. We are your hosts. This is
Corey James.
And
James May.
And I'm Anthony Zevatek. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Jimothy Dalton.
I want to say, first off, I watched last week's episode. Corey, you did a great job with James. It was weird to see you from that side, from the audience perspective.
Yeah, right.
That was the strangest thing of all.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. The four guys, all of us, we have not been together here for a couple of weeks. Schedules and life and new jobs and all the good stuff, but we are officially going to be coming at you every Wednesday from here on out. Wednesday will be the day. He's got it.
I can't do Wednesdays.
Okay, well then, what are we doing here?
No, I can't. I'm just kidding.
I figured. It's good to be back with you guys. Good to be back.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep.
First bit of thing I want to talk about today is something that was not on the original show list.
Well, I have a different show list than you guys.
Okay. I just found out Altered Carbon has been canceled by Netflix.
They just finished filming their season 2, and then a couple weeks after they
I thought
pulled
it
the
came
plug.
Season 2
Oh, is it out already?
Yeah, season 2's out. I think it would be season 3.
Maybe they
I would
finished.
imagine. Honestly, I loved the first season.
I know you did. I know.
Loved it. I
I've
tried the second, and I couldn't. It just wasn't. It wasn't what the first one like, and I didn't know what I wanted from the second one, but what I got wasn't okay, and it seems like I guess everybody else was the same way with it. You know, they're like, eh.
Yeah, I remember when the first
I didn't
season
hate
came
it.
out, and you talked about it, James. You spoke very highly of it, but I never watched it.
The first one's really good.
I watched the first
unique.
episode. Never really
Corey,
got into it.
Didn't really like it.
I did not like it. I just didn't.
Okay.
It didn't make me watch the rest.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, and that's what the second season did for me. Like the first one, honestly, to be perfectly honest, I watched the entire season in one day tripping on acid.
There you go.
So it was just like, whoa, this is cool. It's a cool spin on the AI.
It's something that we all love very much.
And yeah, absolutely. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get sucked into it, especially in this mindset. It's interesting, but no, the second one's not good, and that sucks. I didn't know that, but I did see that the dude that's in the first season, the main dude, is
that Anthony Mackie?
I think that's his name. I don't know what his
No, Anthony Mackie. He was in the second season. Hold on. Are we all looking it up?
Doesn't he switch
I'm not
bodies in the
looking
first
at it.
season?
Yeah, twice. He's Takeshi Kovacs, so he's like.
But then he switches to Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, but he switches back. He doesn't switch back, but there are always...
in the first season, Takeshi Kovacs is played by Joel Kinnaman.
That guy is in Suicide Squad. Right, I saw that, and it was funny that you brought that up right here to start this, was because I was going to be like, dude, I like that I liked him in Altered Carbon, so, you know, because I just crashed some trailers before I came up here.
I love it. You got to crash those trailers, guys. Crash it, and hey, while you're crashing those trailers, hit the like button on the old Strange Planet podcast. It brings up all of our self-esteems. Yeah. Why don't you?
Not mine.
Corey, what do we got next, buddy?
Oh boy, we got DC Fandome was this past week, and for everybody that's been fiending for a minute for any comic book, movie, video game, just everything, since we haven't got anything from Marvel. We haven't really got anything from anywhere.
Nope.
But DC just dropped a big old pile of comic book poop on all of us.
In my opinion, the best idea they could have ever had.
Yeah.
So far, with what I've seen, I agree.
Oh, almost everything I'm excited for, which is weird.
In lieu of Comic-Con not being a real thing this year, to just be like, all right, no Comic-Con, here is everything that we are doing. And here over a weekend, we're going to give you 3 days. We're going to overload your brains, and we're going to kind of put the bar up there and be like, hey, this is a new DC.
Did you watch any of it? Like, actually watch any of it, or did you just watch?
I watched a little bit of the Batman.
It was corny.
It was corny as hell. I hated whatever they were standing in, like
that green screen booth.
An Easter egg from a children's nightmare, something like that.
Well, it switched for whatever was being revealed.
Right. But yeah, I didn't watch much of it, but I've watched all the trailers and all the gameplay footage, and very exciting stuff.
So we had Wonder Woman 1984's new full trailer release. James, did you get to watch that one?
No, I did not. That's not the one I did. I didn't get to that one. I tried, but it was like the old things.
Gotcha.
Corey, do you want to go first talking about this, or can I go ahead?
Go ahead.
All right. First off the bat, under first impression, I don't think it's going to be as good as the first one.
Oh.
Hey, that first Wonder Woman movie was epic.
It was epic.
Epic.
It was too gray. It was too old school DC movie trying to be serious. I think this one's going to be the new generation. I think it's coming off of Shazam and what it could do. Yeah. I think it's beautiful looking.
So yeah, that being said, I'm very excited. I'm excited about Maxwell Lord. I'm excited about Cheetah.
Oh my God.
I think that these are all great characters and great actors playing those characters. That this could be a very special movie.
I've been super pumped for Kristen Wiig as Cheetah, and I've been super, super curious to whether they were going to go full balls, like, were they going to make her a full cheetah humanoid thing? And they showed it in the trailer, and I was like, yeah, she's a cheetah. It looks crazy CG, but she's a cheetah.
How do you, to make Kristen Wiig into a half cheetah, half woman, and then not look CG? I think that's
they could have gone a little bit more practical, but I think
that's a foolish brag to think that, like, for real.
I think they'll go a little bit more practical when there's face-to-face dialogue. But the pieces that we got in this early trailer, not early trailer, actually late trailer. Sorry, guys.
Face caps for video games and shit, all of that. We see Mads Mikkelsen's in Death Stranding, or whatever, and everybody that's in games now, they look like them, and they play those roles, so they cap it. And like you say, the face to face will look better, but the whole you're still this. Yeah. I didn't see it, but I can.
Yeah, in the trailer, it's just the fight scenes. So you got Wonder Woman, in the sky, whipping from lightning bolt to lightning bolt, and the cheetah jumping at her, and she's kicking her, and it's like everything is CG. So there's nothing for your brain to grab onto that's remotely real. So,
how do we feel about the return of Chris Pine, and what will it lead to?
Everybody's like. That's all anybody's focused on, and I couldn't care less. I don't even care that he's back. I don't care that he died in the first one, and I don't care that he's back, and I'm not even curious to why. I mean, we kind of know why. It's going to be the crystal thing that he has, that he can give people whatever they want, their deepest desire or whatever, and it's going to have something to do with Wonder Woman wanting him back.
Yeah. I'm excited for him to be back. I like the Steve Trevor character, and I really think it's going to bring an excellent comedic fish out of water kind of element to this movie.
I think it took the weight off of what he did, which was one of the best parts of the last movie.
Very true. Very true. So let's give our DC Fandome rating. Is it a thumb up or is it a thumb down for Wonder Woman 1984? Thumb up. James, you could do either one. I mean,
There
hey,
you go.
hey, all right. What do we got next?
We have the new Batman Gotham Knights video game. The trailer was released, which is
I did not look at that.
yeah. It's pretty cool. It's
It's
rather than just a
It's like the Arkham Knight. It's of that, which
But
I
it's-
hear is highly revered.
but it's the Batman
It is-
family.
It's a 7-minute gameplay trailer. 7 minutes.
Whoa.
Like,
I think
it looks
everybody.
amazing.
I thought it looked cool. I'm not really into the co-op fighting games, but people were pretty excited that
Agreed.
it's a co-op, and I think Batman's getting a little tired, so I like that they're pushing this game, and the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. I think that's two unique, weird ways to go. And
Yes.
who doesn't want to fight as Nightwing or Red Hood? Like, come on.
Right. I guess the story of this is Bruce Wayne is dead. That's supposedly.
Yeah, he's not dead.
Because we could speculate right now, and we could say things like,
Well, they
Bruce
show
Wayne-
the owl, the court of
The
the
Court
owls,
of Owls.
so he's not
Yeah.
dead. He's out there investigating that shit, and he's gonna come back at the end of the game, and you're gonna have a fight, a co-op fight with him and the rest of the cast.
And it will be the lead up to the next game.
Right.
After this, because then he'll be in this one with those other ones, and it'll be like, because why not do that? I didn't watch anything about it, but that's if they don't, they're
Makes sense.
fucking dumb.
the next
You know what I mean?
the next game. They've already announced the title for the next game. It's going to be Dark Boogie Nights.
What?
Huh? You got it.
Sounds funny.
Sounds funny.
Guys, DC Fandome rating. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm probably not gonna play it, but thumbs up.
Thumbs up. I'll play. I won't play it. I won't play it, but I'll give it a thumbs up.
It's
can't-
both.
There you go. You're the most diplomatic member of this whole podcast. buddy.
Yeah, fucking right.
You are. You're a true gentleman. What do we got next?
We had the Suicide Squad weird trailer / behind the scenes James Gunn interview.
Is that what I was supposed to see?
Yeah.
Is that what I was supposed to watch? Because I watched it. It looks fucking cool.
It does.
Yeah.
It looks action.
And we got a full cast list.
Yes.
And I will say, John Cena, I'm excited for that character because it says he's
Peacemaker.
like, concerned about peace
The
no matter
Peacemaker.
what. And he'll kill anybody and everything in front of him. Just
Peacemaker is said to be the douchey Captain America.
That's what John Cena says in that trailer. And I was like, you know what? I think that is what John Cena in the WWE later is. He's this like Mr. America guy. But I mean, John Cena is a dude because like I was like, hey, this is like stupid. And then you're like, no, watch this shit. He's one. If I met him, I'd be like, I can't. I'm not worthy.
He's fantastic.
He's such
He's
a nice human being. So it's like, it's funny that he's playing that character because it's like the douchey version of what he actually is.
right.
You know what I mean? I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
It looked, as far as the trailer, that's weird that it was like a behind the scenes thing.
Well, it's so
I
early on
found
in
it odd.
filming that they didn't have a trailer cut for it.
Right.
Right. Yeah, they don't have enough footage to put together a 2-minute trailer.
Hey, dude, we got to see King Shark, and that's all I care about.
Yeah,
You put King Shark in there, I'm in.
I'm in.
This is a ridiculous cast, though.
Let's talk about, before we talk about the cast, let's talk about King Shark. King Shark, we don't know who's going to be doing the voice for King Shark yet.
It's Taika Waititi.
Well, that's the speculation, but of course, that's what we all think it's going to be. I'm excited for that.
I am very excited for that. So Idris Elba is not Deadshot like we thought he was going to be.
Right.
He is Bloodsport.
Yes.
Bloodthirsty?
Bloodsport.
It said it on the mask. It said bloodthirsty.
And he's essentially just a knockoff of
Cool thing about Bloodsport, in the comic books in the 70s, he successfully shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet.
Yeah, he was one of the... Yep.
So a lot of people think that his reasoning being in the squad will be because he shot Superman.
And also because Corey hates Superman, so he should love him.
I like it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, every time we kill Superman, he just comes back anyway, and it's just fucking the most
we got
OP.
We got Margot Robbie is back as Harley Quinn.
I like her new suit.
Great. Yep, love the new suit.
Think she's gonna die in this movie?
I think she is gonna die in this movie too.
Yeah, because it says don't, like, in that trailer, he's like, don't get attached.
Yeah, well, he put so many in there that he can just wipe out anyone that he wants.
Anyone, and that's, as I was watching that, I'm like, this is cool because it gives you, like, that. I feel like there will be quick character development because you have to.
Oh yeah,
Like,
with this amount,
you do, and it'll be like a scene. You're like, oh, here they are, and then they're dead in the bit, like, next to it. Like, they're in one, and then they're an auxiliary in the next, and wow, here's a big one when they die. And you're like, oh man, that character was so cool. No, I think, because I only saw that trailer, and I know, in the history of the cast, I don't know anything about the comic book shit of it. But when I watch these things, it's like, I want them to be written well.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And I listening to you guys talk about it, I think watching that and seeing, I don't know James Gunn. What does he do otherwise?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Usually,
he's comic book movies.
No, usually he's more of like, he did Slither.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that.
He did what's the one that just came out with it was basically like the little kid who was evil but was like Superman. Brightburn.
Brightburn.
He did Brightburn. Like he does darker stuff.
He did that movie where all the people that work in the office get locked in and they have to kill each other to get out.
Oh yeah, whatever the fuck that was called.
What was that called?
I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what his
I didn't
usually
watch
does.
it, but I remember what I remember seeing.
But yeah, he did all the Guardians of the Galaxies. So
okay.
Yeah.
But no, it does. It seems like funny and dark and gritty.
I think it's gonna be a
action
real
fucking packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope.
Let's list. I'm gonna list off some really quick ones here. I love Flula Borg as Javelin. I don't know if you guys know anything about Flula Borg.
No, but I know a lot about Javelin.
He is the most out there comedian in the world. He's insane. So I think that's great. Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother.
Did you see him as Weasel, man?
Yeah.
Ugh. And they made him look good.
It is terrifying. As we mentioned before, King Shark, his mocap is done by Steve Agee, who is a very funny guy, but he's kind of a more physical comedian, so I think that's going to bring a lot to the group as well, right? And David Datsmalakane as Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I think going to steal the show.
Literally a character that throws polka dots at people.
Yep.
That's pretty funny.
My only hope, like, I don't have really any expectations for this movie. They're kind of making me have them, but I don't really. But I hope one thing, that they don't pull a Deadpool 2, build up all these cool characters, and literally kill them before they even introduce them. They're like, here's this character, he's dead. Just to screw with you. I don't think James Gunn will do that, but because it's not Deadpool. Deadpool's supposed to be like over the top, cheeky, and
well, from what I heard, this is going to be kind of like a 1970s war
movie.
Right.
That's what it looks like.
So I think that's going to be awesome.
Which, if you make that statement, you have to be giving me the notion of Platoon, where you know these characters,
right,
and you fucking hate Tom Berenger, and you love Willem Dafoe, and you're like, why? You know what I mean? Like, if that's what you're gonna tell me, a 1970s war, which that's made in the 80s, but right? I'm pretty sure Platoon's like
yes,
2 or
yeah.
something. Like that,
70s would be like Apocalypse.
Apocalypse Now, right?
Yeah.
Which don't tell me a Suicide Squad's going to be like Apocalypse Now. You know what I mean? Because it's not.
I could see it. I could see it more like the ending of Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, like just shitty.
Yeah.
Get some.
Just shitty.
Just shitty.
Just shitty. It's like there's a literal 25 minutes of Full Metal Jacket that I can't fucking reach. Like the end
where
with
they're
the
walking,
girl, it's fine.
and she just says, "Shoot me" for like 30 minutes.
That part is the climax. So like I'll stop it and watch that to see the end. But like
Building up to that.
it's the first 40 minutes and then that
When they're in
20 minutes you're like what when they're in training right after fucking Pyle blows his fucking head off. Kills Arlie Army, blows his head off. After that you're like okay. You see the scene where it's like yeah, me love you long time. And he takes it and it doesn't. He's like, yeah. And you're like, okay, well, this got weird, dumb. Right there. And you're like, I'll watch this action, but it's stupid fucking not action. And dumb.
There you go.
And then at the end, there it is, and you see the, like, what he was trying to do, whatever. But yeah, no. There's 25 minutes of that movie is some of the worst cinema ever made. Especially as far as war movies, because I fucking love war movies.
What?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our fuck you to
Fuck you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
The podcast episode. This got weirdly erotic right there.
Next up is what Zevatek is excited about. The Snyder Cut trailer was dropped for Justice League.
Okay, I'm gonna go pee and get a beer because I have no idea what you're fucking talking about.
Hey, can you give me a beer too?
Yes, I will grab you one.
All right,
No
thank you.
problem.
You're welcome. Hey. All right, so Snyder Cut. I am amped about this. All right.
Really?
And
Really?
yes.
Really?
No, yeah.
Okay,
All right,
hold on. Before you even delve into it, are you excited enough to get HBO Max?
I already have HBO.
Okay, there you
Max.
go. Because I'm not.
I've already got it. So
4 hours of your life down the drain.
hey, I've got time to burn. I'm gonna probably be alive forever. Oh, that's me. Hold on.
Oh, you switched.
I'm back.
Now the tags are all effed up.
Oh, son of a beast thing.
Well, now you're James, and I don't care.
Yikes. Okay, Justice League. I kind of, not really, maybe a little bit liked the original, or the Justice League, the movie. But it wasn't Zack Snyder's, you know? It was this cut up piece of something that I could not get into. But to know that this was actually Zack Snyder's, like, vision, and to find out that nothing from the Whedon cut will be in here. This is all Snyder footage, and it's 4 1-hour parts.
Yep.
That's awesome. I like that because I could not sit there and watch a 4-hour movie, but 4 1-hour parts I would gladly do. I'm excited to see.
Super curious to see like how different it is. That's my thing.
Black suit Superman.
Yeah.
A proper Doomsday.
Doomsday doesn't even look that good.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I was disappointed. If there was anything I was disappointed in, it was that first shot of Doomsday, and I was like...
More Cyborg, which is going to be good for story.
Yeah, that looks
Flash cool. In the future. Get ready for that. And...
Gotta set up that Flashpoint.
I'm calling it right now an Army Hammer Green Lantern appearance. Get Hal Jordan on my television screen. Calling it.
You think they're gonna bring Green Lantern in as well?
Yes, I think it was planned from the get-go. And I think they just like when they cut it, and it was like, oh, we don't need it. I think it's going to be in there. I think in the 3rd hour, you'll see the Green Lantern.
I think that fourth chunk that you're gonna watch, that 4th-hour episode or whatever, is gonna just be all set up for everything else that's coming. They're gonna set up the Flashpoint movie. They're gonna set up Justice League 2. They're gonna set up everything.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing about this is that it's the Snyder Cut. We don't know that anything is going to build off of this.
Yeah, maybe not, because that's what I was about to say. It seems like all these other movies that they're pushing in are trying to get away from that dark grittiness, and they're giving Snyder this take it to that even darker, grittier place. Like, at least it's not red, but it is dark.
Right. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be worth the watch. Corey, you can come over every week and watch it with me.
As long as it sets up Flashpoint, that's all I freaking care about. Give me the effing Flashpoint movie. I want it. I want the Flashpoint.
He wants it. Just Snyder Cut, I'm thumbs up on that.
I only want the Flashpoint if they give me what's his face and what's her face as Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne.
My notes right now say Snyder Cut, Flashpoint.
He thinks that a Snyder Cut's a potato.
It's dude. I'm telling you what. I had some kettle cooked jalapeno Snyder chips.
Ooh.
They're so good. They're
good
great
stuff. That's a premier chip.
Premier chip.
They make my favorite Snyder of Berlin. That's what we're talking about.
I like their pretzels.
They make my favorite barbecue chip.
My favorite kettle chip is the sweet Hawaiian onion.
You know, they are very good.
I could crush a whole bag of those.
Yeah, by sitting on them.
Is that a wait joke? Because I'll wait until it gets funny.
Ooh, okay.
Hey.
Oh, no pun intended.
All right, we had that Black Adam. Good.
What do we have next on the Fandome?
We had the Black Adam teaser, which I am weirdly excited for.
If it's anything like Shazam, I'm all on.
Did you watch it? Did you watch the teaser?
Yes.
It wasn't like any footage or anything. It was just like animated picture moving stills.
My notes now say Black Adam.
It's The Rock.
Oh Jesus fuck.
Dwayne Johnson.
And he's been being held captive in a cave for 5,000 years, and he's back, and he's gonna whoop some ass, and he's gonna end up fighting Shazam, and I'm down for that.
Well, apparently to rumors, in this first one, he's going to be fighting the Justice Society of America. So I think he's going to come into play at in this movie in maybe say the 50s or 60s, and then the next movie, maybe the next Shazam movie.
Yeah, I didn't mean that they were going to face off in this movie. I meant it's going to build to them facing off. Obviously, they're not going to have a solo Black Adam movie and make it Shazam 2. They're trying to actually give Black Adam his own movie.
But Shazam 2 is definitely going to be Black Adam versus Shazam.
Right.
That's going to be insane. I'm excited for Black Adam. It's been a long time coming. Dwayne Johnson seems really passionate about this. So yeah, I'm on board.
Agreed.
James?
We had Rocksteady's Suicide Squad kills the Justice League game. Meh. I thought the trailer was pretty meh.
I got so bored by that trailer.
Yeah.
And you could show me a gameplay trailer, and you can get my pique my interest. But this was, I could not get into it.
No, it was pretty boring.
I like the one thing I did like is when King Shark said, "Oh look up there's a Superman." That was funny.
I thought his dialogue was hilarious just because they tried to make him so stale.
Yeah, that's a shark. I mean, he doesn't know about it.
All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes here.
Let's meat and potato it up.
Meat and potatoes, James. James.
I don't know about the meat and potatoes.
What's the meat and potatoes, James? What's the one thing we're all excited for?
Batman.
The Batman. I'm vengeance.
For what I can say, since you asked me, if there is a comic book movie series that I have always watched, and it's probably because they were put in my face when I was young, it's Batman. And I loved the show, and I really like the trailer. Because, like, Robert Pattinson is an actor who a lot of people only know him from Twilight.
Drives me nuts.
And he does not get the credit
Dude's
that
a
he
psychopath.
deserves. He's a really great actor.
He's a classically trained actor. He started when he was like 7 years old.
He's
right,
phenomenal.
and he can do it all. That's the thing. And if you want to rip on him for being in Twilight, you're only ripping on him for being in Twilight. Which, why would he not?
He did exactly what he was told.
Guarantee me like 5 or 6 movies, I'm gonna be this like sappy, gothy, vampire, sparkly man.
People make fun of him for that.
Any one of you mothers,
I would have done
the same.
Yeah, he launched his career. He made a ton of money off of it. Like,
you let me kiss Kristen Stewart,
and I am so down with that.
As
long as she doesn't speak much, I'm down with that.
She's not going to, because she does.
Man trailer. We open up on a very.
One more. I heard that Paul Dano is the Riddler.
He is.
Yes.
And that makes me excited as well.
Because
I love him
happy.
also. I just watched, like...
Swiss Army Man.
Oh, no. There Will Be Blood.
Oh, yeah.
I just watched that, like... Well, I didn't watch it. I, like, slept to it. So I kind of watched it.
There you go.
But I know it well, because I own it and shit. But, like... He's great. So, like, I'm really excited for this Batman because he's like emo goth Batman.
Why? Why does everybody keep saying that?
Do people say that? I didn't know.
Everybody sees the one image with him with the makeup smeared, and everybody's like,
that's my thing.
But that's because if you ever watched any Batman movie, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but in every Batman movie, he has the makeup, right? Till he takes the mask off. And all of a sudden, he doesn't have it.
Right.
Yep.
It's just clean.
Right.
So at least they showed him still have it on.
Well, and this is, and real quick, to be fair, this is Batman in like his second year.
Year
being
2.
Batman.
Yes, year 2.
He is still very young.
Right.
And maybe, and if you were Batman, of course you're a little goth, and maybe you're a little more.
He's probably only what, like
okay, listen,
19 or 20.
That's what That's my point. I'm excited about that. He should be dark. He does. That's what you said. I am vengeance. He beats the absolute fuck out of that one guy. Trailer.
Brutal.
Like it's.
He just keeps going, and you're like, okay,
you're
man.
Like, oh, man, you can kind of stop now. Like I thought you were Batman. Like you don't kill anybody, but we know. You guys have informed me that he has killed people. For sure, in other stories and stuff, but like throughout it, he's more of your beat them up, subdue them, tie them up, give it that little campy kind of like, ha ha ha, I'm Batman, I could have killed you, but I didn't. Like,
I've heard him say that before.
I'm just saying, it's like more that.
Matt Reeves, the director, said that this movie is mainly going to be a detective story. But it's also going to delve more into the psyche of Batman than anyone has ever done, because you have to be pretty messed up in the head to do what he does. So I am excited to see the moody, emo Batman.
Yeah. So we open up with quite the interesting thing, is a rather cryptic villain who appears to be duct taping somebody's head shut.
He starts rattling off the riddles, right? Okay, so
it's kind of it's not as much riddles as much as it's like prophetic
questions.
threats.
Yeah. But then they show the envelope with the question marks on it, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the Riddler," and I'm like, has no one mentioned Hush
or Calendar Man? That matter.
I don't even know who Calendar Man is, but Hush is a new villain.
Right.
And he looks like Hush. He's exactly the same as Hush.
Calendar Man was the villain in The Long Night, or The Long Halloween.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Which could be what this the movie pulls the majority of its story from.
If you look up the villain Hush, and you put it side by side with the first opening shot, they're the exact same. They're the exact same. And how cool would it be to put a new villain in? Like,
yeah. No, and he has to go to Penguin and Riddler.
Who is Penguin?
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
That's kind of crazy.
Can you believe that was him in that trailer?
He's driving that car and screaming about how crazy Batman is. That the prosthetics they used, out of this world. I've never seen. Maybe like when Oldman played Winston Churchill, when Gary Oldman played Winston Churchill.
Right.
But like other than and then who was it? Who was the other Batman? Christian Bale.
I was like, there's lots of them.
When he played Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
Those were great prosthetics. But this Penguin looks legit. And to have Farrell playing him, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then you got, what's her face playing Catwoman?
Zoe Kravitz.
Kravitz. I like that little shot of her and him.
Is that Lenny's daughter?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because she was in Mad Max, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And she was in the Hulu original show High Fidelity, where she plays like the female version of the John Cusack character from the movie.
Oh.
It's
I have no want nor desire to watch that because I love that movie.
I love High Fidelity too. I watched the
movie.
Series. It's definitely not as good. Yeah, if you don't want to watch it, please don't.
I won't.
And let's talk about Jeffrey Wright as Detective Jim Gordon.
I was blown dude looks the mother effing part.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. I'm pumped. I don't know. Have I ever seen him in anything?
Yeah, he's actually he was in Casino Royale, the James Bond movie.
Okay.
Who was he in that?
He was the American the CIA agent who meets him at the card game.
Oh, and he's in Westworld.
Yes.
He's Felix Leiter. He's Felix Leiter in the Daniel Craig mythos part of Bond. He's Felix Leiter.
He is in the Samuel L. Jackson Shaft movie. He plays Peoples Hernandez.
I haven't seen Shaft in a minute.
That's a great movie. He's in the Hunger Games.
I will not watch them.
He's of course he's in the Batman. What?
No, I
didn't say anything.
I'm pretty psyched about all the casting choices.
Boardwalk Empire, BoJack Horseman. Yeah. There you go.
Did you? So there's a spin-off TV series.
It's a prequel.
That's a prequel during year one of Batman called the GCPD, and it's supposed to focus more on the actual Gotham Police Department.
It is. It will be on HBO Max.
Of course,
it's
it
Matt
is.
Reeves, and it's probably gonna follow Jim Gordon going through the corruption of the Gotham Police Department during, like you said, year one of Batman being the vigilante.
The Batman.
So yeah, that's very exciting. HBO now. Corey, you got to come over and watch that too.
Yeah, I have
got you.
HBO Max.
I got HBO Max too. Corey doesn't. Can you believe that?
You should have it. Why?
What a lame ass. Dude, if you don't have HBO Max, does that mean you didn't watch American Pickle?
I don't know what that is.
I didn't watch it. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Is it good?
Is that the one with Seth
amazing.
Rogen?
Yeah, the Seth Rogen movie.
I just saw a trailer for it this morning. I didn't even know what it was.
It's one of the best movies I've ever seen, and Seth Rogen actually he actually acts in it. It's not just fart and weed jokes. It's actual acting. It's amazing. Check it out. Corey, of course you can't.
No.
So.
I will.
No.
Yeah. James, you check it out.
I'll check him out.
I choose not to watch.
Do you think we're going to see any other villains other than the people that we already know about in the Batman?
They just cast someone. They just announced someone else was casted, and I forget who it was.
It was Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
I hope
that's not true.
But he's just a guy he's a butcher.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Because he is like a walk-in freezer. Yeah, no, that's my thing. I was going with gritty.
What?
I was going with gritty Arnold Schwarzenegger, like stupid, awful Batman. I saw it.
He's Mr. Freeze because he's a butcher and has a walk-in freezer.
Yeah, and he just like puts people in it. It's bad.
It's bad.
All
right.
Bad. That was.
Well,
the
hold
point.
on. Before we stop talking, we have not yet mentioned Andy Serkis playing Alfred.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what's happening? That's cool.
Yeah. It'll be nice.
That'll
to
be different.
See, yeah, right. It's
to see him
Alfred.
not be a fucking
motion cat.
Right.
A chimp or a
right.
Or
he was
Snoke
he was in Sweeney Todd, wasn't he? Not Sweeney Todd. What movie was he in where he's like, it's old Victorian and he's wearing a top hat? Dude kills people. I'm pretty sure it's Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd was Johnny Depp.
Yeah, his buddy.
He doesn't have a buddy.
There's a Victorian movie with Sweeney, with what's his, Andy Serkis in it.
No,
he's a
you're
friend
thinking,
of someone
listen,
who kills people.
Listen. I think, have you ever seen From Hell, Johnny Depp?
No, I don't even know if Johnny Depp's in what I'm thinking of. Look up Andy Serkis.
What you made me think of with your connections there is From Hell, because Johnny Depp is in that, and the Ian Holm, Bilbo from Lord of the Rings, is Jack the Ripper in that movie, and it just made me like that's what you just said made me think of that movie.
Oh, I'm
because Bilbo, the Hobbit,
Burke and Hare.
Oh,
Burke and Hare.
It's got the dude from F me running. What's his face? God,
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. That's who I'm thinking of. But it's like an old Victorian movie, and one of them kills people, and the other one's hiding.
Probably really funny if they're both in it.
It's a pretty good movie. I forgot all about it until you guys just said about it'd be nice to see him not in motion capture, and I was thinking, oh, I remember watching that movie and him not being in motion capture. So you can suck it, Zevatek.
You said Burke and Hare?
Burke and Hare.
Like hair, like a...
H-A-R-E.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Suck it. Suck it.
Did you know that Andy Serkis is directing the new Venom movie?
No, I did not.
Apparently. A parent named Lee.
A parrot.
Do we have any more DC Fandome talk?
Nope, that was it. That was it.
That was it?
That was the whole kit and caboodle.
Kit and caboodle?
The boodle kabit.
So we have one other thing to talk about today.
Yeah, we could skip over the other one that I added because we don't got much times.
What's the other one you had?
Governor Wolf is trying to push to legalize marijuana and use the funds to go straight COVID. To grants given to relief funds for small businesses and to people who are being evicted from their homes on August 31st when the thing ends.
And I would also think and hope that would also go to music venues.
I would hope, but that wasn't on the list that I read this morning.
No. I think that's great. I mean, obviously...
Ain't gonna happen, but yeah, it'd be awesome.
Obviously, as we've seen in the past, legalization of marijuana leads to a lot of funds for states like Colorado and They are sitting on a wealth of money, right now. So I think it's great. And yeah, James.
Corey, I have to disagree with you saying you don't think it will. It definitely will, because all of those folks who are like, wait, fucking pothead, man, now are like, oh, well, but it'll benefit COVID. It's the that thing. You tack that onto it, it's going.
That's not what I read in all the comments on Twitter. It was all bad. It was all people going. Because also on the list was to expunge all people that had it on their records.
Criminal record.
Yeah, and everybody's like, no, if they were doing it when it was illegal, they knew it was wrong, and they should be punished. And you're like...
And that is an old world view that is being phased out. Yeah. No, it is. It's an old world view.
No, I was saying okay to the people that were commenting.
Oh, no, gotcha. Yeah, because it's like, don't try to pull that. I saw an interesting thing about alcohol being served. Oh, where?
That was me.
Alcohol being served in a place very near to where we all grew up.
Jeez.
In a dry township. Like I saw that Mountain Pines would like to make their place able to sell alcohol, but they are in a dry township. You know what I mean? So like, it's like the thing that I saw was, well, people voted on it to be dry in the day, and they're your family and ancestors, so you should adhere to their old world view. Are you showing me your leg cut?
What is he doing?
What are you doing?
Just
what is he doing?
I'm like gushing blood over here, man.
I see that.
Oh, what the hell?
Scratched my leg, and apparently there was something
there.
There was something there to be scratched.
That's terrifying.
But no, it's like with the legalization of recreational marijuana for COVID relief, I think it will work because he tacked on that COVID relief.
Like a little moral
Before that, there was none of that.
Guys.
Yeah, it's like, well, if you're really not that against it because your nephew's cousin is a good boy, but he was hanging with the wrong crowd. It's just
the people
like
that
so
are 600
silly.
some, or like all the people who have been being told that they don't have to pay their rent for the past 6 months, and now Governor Wolf says he doesn't have the authority to push to extend it past August 31st, and all these landlords are just literally dropping people like
hey,
if they can't pay it all in once, is insane. And at least he's trying to come up with some type of plan to help people.
Right.
Yeah.
In all aspects. Because then we can smoke, and I can have it taken off my record.
Yeah.
Listen, I will just say this much. I'll probably pay for like 2 or 3 households worth of rent as soon as it happens.
I saw. I was
like, I mean, and we all can vouch for that. Like, at least one. I know that one family has a whole house again for themselves, just because I was like, hey, I just went over to the store.
Just bought 6 cartons.
look what's going on. It's the store. I'm at the store. You're welcome for your home, but sorry, Zeb, go ahead.
I was saying, I said the other day, I don't know why everyone's so excited about, legal marijuana. I get my marijuana, I just make a text message and I can get it anytime I want.
Right.
Pay all the
Absolutely.
But I don't.
Honestly, here's the thing. This is the greatest thing about that. Whatever, we're on the internet, this is how it is, but I don't fucking care. I'm still going to not go to the store.
Right.
Because it's going to be more expensive at the store as it is. That's the other thing, how it goes. It's like the legalization of recreational means that you're just not going to get harassed for just doing it.
You're not going to get harassed. You're going to be paying more, through the taxes. But you also have to think, about like the benefits of the funding and all in the farms. A farmer can now just put a tiny little plot of land and just grow marijuana over here, and they're going to make probably more money off of that.
Or build 1 or 2 small greenhouses and have a hydroponic and make it even better. You know, because as far as that goes with like greenhouse production of said crop, it's infinitely rewarding. We could stop growing cotton and just make our t-shirts out of hemp from now on.
Sell you know what I mean? Hospitals and all the medical places and stuff.
Less cotton, because cotton has a lot of waste. You know what I mean? The whole plant goes.
Yeah.
And all of that. You only harvest so much, and that's why that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, we got the heavy now.
Yeah, let's get to some heavy stuff here. Footage was released of an incident that happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin, where a African-American male, Jacob Blake, was shot 7 times in the back by police. Jacob Blake is now paralyzed from the waist down.
I didn't mean to watch the video, but you posted it.
Yeah.
And I accidentally watched it, and I got just the worst pit in my stomach and chills down my spine when that dude just put a gun point blank to his back and fired off 7 fucking shots.
Holding his shirt.
He pulls his shirt
arm lengths away.
And shoot
7 shots in the back.
Not even, okay.
It's bone chilling, man.
What are you doing at that point?
Murdering someone. Yeah. You're trying to murder someone.
Right. Attempted murder.
And not to make light of the subject, but this is the first thing that comes to my mind, because it's awful. So the way I deal with awful things is I make light of things, right? So if I'm the police chief of Kenosha or whatever, I'm like, hey, guy. The guy who shot 7 shots at point blank. Right. Give me your badge and gun now.
Yeah.
Because 7 shots, and this sounds bad. This is the cheeky part.
And you didn't kill him?
He's not dead! He's not dead! So...
Point blank.
What were you doing? What was going on in that guy's mind? That's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad, because then you see, from what I haven't looked so much into it, but there's the alleged he had a knife, and the one was drop the knife. Here's the thing: the guy had a knife, and you're gonna shoot him 7 times because he has a knife? Well, can't you just be like, I have your shirt in my hand, and I'm gonna shoot off to the side because now you definitely know my gun is at the ready.
What happened to anything else?
Isn't there some sort of de-escalation method at that point? Even in the heat of the moment, you can be you can put your gun to the side of his face and shoot off and be like, dude, my gun is out.
Yeah.
If you have a knife, you drop that motherfucker. You know what I mean? That cop was at the he had it on the top. What happened? He said, hold on.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, he had it at the he was at the top of that situation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, if you watch the video...
Why can't you de-escalate it?
If you watch the video, from what everybody says that was there, he pulled over and broke up a fight that was in the yard beside him, and then the cops showed up and assumed he was part of it and told him to stop as he was walking back to his vehicle.
To try to detain him and question and whatever. Because
he then continued to ignore them. You can see it in the video. He ignores them calmly, does not run at all. He walks slowly around his vehicle while 3 cops are pointing their guns at him, screaming. He continues to walk around his vehicle to the driver's side. And this is where people are like, he shouldn't have reached in his car. Because at this point, the cops don't know if he has a gun, if he has a weapon, what he's reaching for. I didn't see him reach in the car. I saw him open his door and try to climb in the car. And at that point, the 2 other officers backed off. They stepped back like a good 6-7 feet. And the one dude went straight up to him, grabbed his t-shirt to keep him from crawling in his car, and just let loose. He had 3 of his children in the back seat of his car. None of that, nothing that happened, should have warranted even 1 shot. It could have been a taser. It could have been a back off and a warning shot. It could have been anything else.
It could have been a, like, dude. It could be, I'm going to shoot your tires. You know what I mean?
Anything. Literally anything. Like, even that, 1 shot. If you had to shoot him, even 1 shot would have put him down.
Right.
You guys are exactly right. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties there. But you guys are exactly right. And there needs to be de-escalation. It's like you don't just become a police officer and then all of a sudden you get to just shoot whoever you want for whatever they do. Like, and this is Philando Castile, and this is Michael Brown, and this is everybody. This is Trayvon Martin, and this is everybody. This is Breonna Taylor, and this is George Floyd. And it's a systematic problem with police in the United States these days, where they go to violence first, and then act like the victim.
Well, and it's a very weird area because there is no. I'm not a cop, and I'm not like negating that most cops are really, really over the top. But if you're in a place where you are always kind of like, this is a high crime area, this is my thing. Okay, before I go on the rant about that, cops have a hard job. They do. There's no doubt about that. But you choose to have that job.
You're also trained.
But they're not trained. The training is here and there and few and far between. What I think, and I just had this thought after this incident, that it shouldn't be like, you know how like you watch a cop movie or a cop show and there's a guy who's on his beat. You're on the beat. Right? You're walking the streets. You're dealing with your crackheads, your bums. That like constant, the lower end of society where people are downtrodden and where crime is, you know? Cops deal with that. And cops are put on that every day. So when you deal with that every day, there is that psychological effect. I think that within it, as you train, it's not only how to de-escalate, it's how to not be in it. You just don't put them in it. You have like 2 days on doing your patrol and then 3 days helping train.
Yeah.
Right.
Sharing stories. Like instances where you were like, this guy is going to kill me. And then you realize that maybe he was really fucked up on drugs. Like, how many people have cops killed because they were just fucked up on drugs? And you could have only just been like, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because he was attacking you, and he's so inebriated that you could have just went like this and he jumped by you and you could kind of chuckle for a second. Be like, hey, man.
Everybody always goes back to the don't resist.
Boom, and he kills him, and there's like, oh, he was all hopped up on drugs. And that's not, I'm not condoning like PCP use, because that's where you get it, or bath salts and shit. But it's all situational. And within the situation with cops, the general idea is this militant, violent backlash right at it. There's no, okay, stop, assess, real quick, you already have the gun.
Yeah, did you ask
At
that
your
dude why he was there?
Your disposal.
Or did you just pull your gun out and start screaming at him to get on the ground?
What are you doing? Get down there. No, be like, hey, dude, what are you doing? You know I have a gun. And I won't get... At this point, that's the other thing, too. You know I have a gun. So why can't I talk to you right now?
Right.
Because you're going to talk to me because I will probably kill you anyhow.
I don't know. Well, everybody says about the whole not resisting thing, and I don't know. Well, but I don't know how many all these people that comment on this stuff, and they're just like, well, he shouldn't have resisted. He shouldn't have resisted, and blah blah blah. Have you ever been put in a situation, even if it's not by a cop, where you're fighting another person, and they put you down on the ground? Do you just go limp? Instinctually, do you just go limp?
No.
Because your instinct is to fight. Especially when you're not doing anything and that cop's being a dick and he drops you to the ground and puts his knee in your face or he's punching you, if I'm in that situation, I'm fighting back. I don't care.
Right.
And I think that's how 90% of people would react.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It is. That is a human reaction, of course. And this just says more about the race issue, is that 17-year-old Tyler Rittenhouse from Illinois decided it would be a good idea to take his AR-15 to Wisconsin where the protests were happening, and he shot and killed two people,
injure one other one.
Yeah.
And everybody's... if you watch that video, man...
He ran from protesters towards police and was safe.
The police... Did you watch the video? Because it is unfathomable about what's happening. Okay, so this 17-year-old kid, so it is illegal for him to have a firearm in that city and carry a firearm to begin with. If anybody wants to drop, well, it's legal to carry a firearm in that city.
Right, well, he's 17.
He's 17.
Because I would think it's 21 now, right?
Well, it's 18 in that city. In Wisconsin or whatever, that Kenosha. But he's not even from that state. He's from a different state, and he traveled there to do this, which is even worse. So he shows up, he antagonizes the protesters, ends up accidentally, or I don't know accidentally, but there was an altercation. He shot one of them in the face, then started running. Then a mob of protesters started chasing him down the road. He fell to the ground in the middle of the street. This is all on camera. One of them threw a Molotov cocktail at him. One of them ran at him with a skateboard, trying to hit him, and another one had a baseball bat, and one had like a handgun. They all ran at him all at once. He ducked from the skateboard, shot the dude straight point blank in the chest, killing him. Then the other dude runs up with the handgun, and he gets shot right here in the arm, and it blows his arm to pieces. And then the kid gets up, runs down the street as like 6 military trucks are barreling down the road towards all the crap. He puts his hands up, continues to walk. They drive around him and go straight to the protesters.
They don't just shoot him.
One dude said that he saw a cop take him over to his car, give him a bottle of water, and thank him for helping them, then told him to go home, and he traveled back to his home, and now they're saying that he fled the scene.
Right.
It's on camera. You see them drive right around the dude.
He is facing criminal charges
now.
as of this time.
It's terrifying.
Which is terrible. Yeah.
Watching those police officers drive around him after he just shot 3 people, even if it was in self-defense,
right,
was
you
batshit
still need
crazy.
to detain him.
They don't know it was self-defense.
Right. Well, and it doesn't matter at that point.
Right.
What is crime?
Not at that point. It's like whatever they call it is.
What is crime? That is it a crime against the state? Like you said, he's the cops thanking him for helping them. Helping them what?
Well, people are saying
let humans be humans.
Well, people
and
are saying
for
that
someone who has been wronged.
That because the protesters, people are saying because the protesters have been calling for the defunding or taking away of police officers, that police officers are now telling that people should be taking the matters into their own hand. This kid, if you look at his Instagram and all this other stuff that he's been following his whole life, he is really big into the police and military and all this stuff, and he has an outfit and a uniform, and he goes to all these police funds and stuff, or fundraisers and stuff. He obviously felt like he was doing his civil duty, as he was told by the police
to do.
Right.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. It's
terrible.
We are on the brink of a civil war. It's crazy.
You look back at any sort of revolution, and we like you said, we are in it at this point. There's the call to arms by the government, which is the police, by the police, which is the government, because they're funded by.
Right.
So when it comes down to it, that's what makes me really think about it. There's no why are you trying to divide us? Right. That's the thing. What is the goal? Because you have your Trumpsters, and it's weird. There are people who like Trump because they think he did the economy well, because they like money and they own businesses, and they don't really care about the race stuff. Yeah, they're probably racist, but they don't care. They're not focusing on that. They just see that. And then you have the other ones like fuckhead who killed people, who are the militant side of it, where it is this oh, this is America. And it's like, you don't even know what any sort of America value was as far as equality, which when you come to equality in the Founding Fathers, there is the whole institution of slavery there that you can't, that's one thing that you can't, when we come to that, sorry, I'm ranting now, but we can't not think that we're not a nation.
Right.
We need to be a correct nation. We need to be a humanitarian, caring nation where everybody has that equal footing of existence. And we don't even have that. We don't. Right. Yeah. Just don't. Why are you resisting? Let me put my knee on your head. You know, it's all of everything is deeper than all of this. And it sucks that what we're talking about is really bad.
Yeah.
Because the underlying issue is that most of us are just as fucked when it comes to trying to do something about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because with you saying we're on the brink of a civil war, the only thing that is going to get shit done is action.
On that note, James, I just want to mention that it was decided today by first the Milwaukee Bucks of the NBA, but then the rest of the NBA teams in the WNBA and Major League Baseball have all boycotted playing tonight. So there will be no NBA games for today, tomorrow, and for the foreseeable future.
Wow.
And I know I know what you're, oh, if I don't care about the NBA, then what does that matter? But it's a social statement.
Right.
And it's a standing up to this. And I think that's what it's going to start taking. It's going to start taking a lot of talking. Right. Everybody's going to have to do their parts.
The actual, the acknowledgement of the issue that there is no equal footing.
Yeah.
when it comes right down to it, like, especially if anybody goes to those protests and shit, if you want to stand up for what you think is right, what we are being challenged with is this weird, not weird, we know it in history, but this like thing that America has never seen, the oppression of the people, where what the people who are oppressing us, your Trumpsters, like to say, oh, well, it's America, this is our America, but what is our America? It's everything. It's everybody.
It should be.
We stole everyone. It from people and then said, oh, well, it's for everybody. But have been thwarting everything lower than what's at the top as it is the entire time. There's no real balance. Like, and it comes right down to, like, it's even on an economic stance, farmers can't even fucking farm. Because the government controls the amount milk should be sold for.
That's why they're dumping it all out and destroying everything right now.
So, like, it's bad.
We got a rocky road, man. We got a rocky road ahead.
It's very bad rocky. For, like, I don't know. I'm sorry, I gotta be done. Because, like, I can continue to connect all of everything that is happening.
It's rough. It's rough, and it's too surreal. When I watched that video, I can't even put into words. I felt like I was gonna throw up. Like, I literally was at the end of the day at work, and I just flipped open my Twitter, and I had already watched that video from yesterday, and it was all over my newsfeed, and the video came on of him. Like, this is the second video in a row I've seen people point blank shooting each other. Yep. And I'm just like, I almost can't believe it when I'm watching it. And It's terrifying, and it's weird. Like you said, it's weird to be seeing it actually happen.
Yeah. It's something. It's probably the most realist issue that's facing our country right now. It's the fact that people can't go out onto the street without fear of being shot by the people who are supposed to be protecting them. It's the matter that, you could sit there and you could say, oh, well, he had a weapon or he had a warrant. Does that justify being shot in the back 7 times? Is it? No. I mean, and this man is now paralyzed from the legs down, maybe for the rest of his life, probably for the rest of his life, because an undertrained police officer decided that he was going to take the law into his own hands and end a man's life. Their justice needs to happen. Jacob Blake, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. These are 3 out of too many, and it's a matter of time. And I know it's a matter of time before it happens to you, before someone is unjustly gunned down in the street by a police officer who doesn't know what he's doing. I personally applaud the NBA and all professional sports who are taking a stand, and that's what it's going to take, is a real stand from everybody, from celebrities and athletes and people who make millions of dollars, all the way down to the rest of us. If you can do your part and you can create social change and attend a protest and do it in peace and do it spreading a great message, I applaud you. And Sam Cooke sang a long time ago, he said, a change gonna come. And I truly believe that America is ready for a change. There's a new generation that is tired of seeing everything go down.
It's my only hope.
And that is gonna actively strive for positive change. And that's what we can all do.
Agreed.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Strange Planet Podcast. We have been your hosts. This has been
Corey James
and
James May,
and I've been Anthony Zevatek. Be excellent to each other, and have a strange day.
Strange it